Auburn Tigers are undergoing a cultural shift under the leadership of new head coach Alex Golesh. After some rough years, Golesh is working to establish a new tone and focus on accountability, teamwork, and treating people right. Now, here are some of the key aspects of the culture shift. Golesh has emphasized the importance of leadership. Players like Xavier Atkins and Champ Anthony praising the new coach's staff and structure and leadership. Quarterback Byron Brown is also stepping up as a leader, focusing on helping his teammates learn and grow. Accountability. Golesh wants his players to take ownership of their actions and be accountable for their performance. The previous team's lack of killer instinct and a tendency to give up in big games. He's looking for some team camaraderie. The team is working on building a stronger sense of camaraderie with players and coaches, emphasizing the importance of being a good teammate. Golesh's coaching staff is also making an effort to create a more positive and supportive team environment. And there seems to be new energy. The players and fans are noticing a difference in the team's energy and vibe, with many commenting on improved practice structure and overall atmosphere. And the core values. Golesh has established 6 core values that he believes will guide the team's culture and decision-making process. These values include being accountable, treating people right, and being a good teammate. And overall, Golesh's goal is to build a team that is more cohesive, disciplined, and motivated with a strong foundation for success, both on and off the field. So we're trying to look at all the teams around the SEC that we're going to be playing. Auburn looks like they might be a bit more formidable. It's going to be probably a difficult season for them overall. I had a chance to look at the spring game, and we'll talk about that a little later on. Alex Golesh he was chosen to bring the Tigers back, and then can they become another, regain their status as a good SEC team?
Championships his junior and senior years. Congratulations, Benji Rowland.
I said, I'm going to the Tiger Trail, something I wanted all my life for my family to experience what I get to experience. And our legacy lives downtown for the rest of my life. My grandkids, my hopefully great-grandkids. At one time, I didn't think my kids knew I played at Auburn. They came home and they said, Daddy, your name's on the wall at the stadium. I said, yeah, I was an All-American. They didn't think I played football. Thank you for this outstanding university, athletic department, the city, the change.
Texas A&M.
That one was one.
They missed a game-winning touchdown, and we stormed the field, and that right there, that moment felt like it lasted for hours.
We battled a lot of adversity that year, and just coming together and having a special win like that, upsetting a team at home here in Jordan-Hare, that was super special.
I just seen Kelsey throw the ball up. I was like, oh, we just won.
I just chucked it up in the air. It was one of their balls. I wish I could find it. I want that ball back so bad. I want it back. Whoever got it, I want it, please.
Being able to beat those guys at home and just being able to hear the fans, it was kind of like I always remember.
I don't even remember who was next to me. I just remember we were next to each other in one moment, and then the next moment we were surrounded by just Auburn fans, and it was so awesome.
Probably the best moment in my football career.
With all the coaching changes last season, Lane Kiffin went to LSU, Florida got a new coach, Summerall, and, a lot of changes. But while all that happened, Auburn quietly added Alex Golesh as their head coach from UCF. Gus is going to be coming to Auburn in some capacity. So let's hear a little, let you listen to what Alex Golesh has to say about his football team.
We're grateful for him and Christy and the support that they've shown myself and Lex, and which has been awesome. So super grateful to have a wealth of knowledge here and a guy that cares about Auburn so dearly. Like for me, I got no ego in this thing, man. Like if there's somebody that's been there, done that, and had success, I am all ears. I just asked him for his notes from the scrimmage, like, and for him to be willing to give of his time. I'm telling you, he loves this place. This place, however it all shook out, like he is so grateful for what this place meant to him and still does. So I'm going to use every resource I possibly can, and I've reached out to every single person that's coached here that's willing to help and lend an ear, if nothing else. But Gus knows more football. He's forgotten more football than I know, so I'm going to take every bit of it. I really met him when he was at UCF and I was at USF, and you inevitably run into each other in recruiting and clinics and all that. USF, UCF, you're supposed to hate each other, so we wouldn't talk in public or anything. But I've always respected, he's from the same place that my wife is from. He's revered in Northwest Arkansas in a lot of ways, and so for me, just a guy that's done it at a high level. I'm excited. Like for me, I got no ego in this thing, man. Like if there's somebody that's been there, done that, and had success. First of all, beyond grateful for what that Tiger Walk crowd was, for our kids. Shoot, like for me to get off the bus and it looked like that was incredible. I don't know how many people were here, but it was really, really cool. It was great to get certainly a game day environment. I can only imagine what it's going to be like with 88,000 in there. But for our guys, especially guys that have not been here, to get that environment and to be able to play in front of people is priceless for us. It'll be the last time we get to do it until we're in Atlanta in early September. So we did not hold anybody out that wasn't not available. The guys that are banged up obviously didn't play. But we didn't specifically hold anybody out. We tried to go almost 3/4 of truly what we felt like were ones and twos, and then we tried to get everybody else in. I think we played just about everybody. And at the end of the fourth quarter there, got 2 2-minute drives, which was good. Got all the quarterbacks in, which was good. Some positives, I thought defensively, like Jared on that interception was huge. Guys getting their hands on the ball defensively was huge. I thought offensively ran the ball well. I thought the backs did a good job of hitting holes and getting downhill. There's no winner in the whole thing other than our team with nobody getting banged up. Like you sit there and you say a prayer before, you say it after at each TV timeout, and we made it out healthy. So that's a credit to these guys. But I thought it was physical, what you wanted. Ultimately, I told these guys after the game, man, if we can stay together, stay connected, continue to build a level of trust within that locker room, we've got a chance to have a good football team. If in any way, shape, or form we splinter and don't come together, then it'll be an average squad. Our talent is going to be the floor of where we are, and then the level of trust we build in that locker room, the level of trust they build in the coaches build in them and their daily process. We have a long way to go. These first 4 months was laying a foundation for what. And culture is such an overused word, but what our identity is, what the culture in that locker room is, the day-to-day of how these guys treat each other, how they love on each other. It's the biggest challenge in college football we have right now, is to build a team really, really quickly. But I do love this group. They're intentional in what they do. They've worked some highs, some lows through spring. They've answered the bell in the regard that every time I've asked them to do something, they've done it. We've asked to turn it up. They've turned it up. We've asked for more attention to detail. They've paid more attention to detail. Up until this point, they've done what we've asked them to do. We got a huge summer ahead of us. They'll get a couple of weeks here to get away for a minute, which they need. Our coaches will be out on the road recruiting this week. which we need. And we're going to continue to recruit really, really hard. We're going to get back middle of May and train as hard as these guys have ever trained to get ourselves ready to go and play a huge schedule here. So I'll open it up to questions.
Well, there you have it. Alex Golesh himself telling everybody a little bit about himself. And he said all the right things and all of that. We're going to be covering every SEC team between now and kickoff. This was our Auburn look, and we let Alex do a lot of the talking. Type in the comments so you think we can beat Auburn if you're a Georgia fan, and also like to give a little bit of what I think Auburn's going to be. And Auburn, I think it's going to be an improved football team. I think they are going to probably be hitting the 8-win mark, and I don't know what their conference record will ultimately be, but I'm really concerned. I'm really concerned about us beating that team. They almost beat us last year. So Auburn is a sleeping giant in a way, and we can't forget how good they've been in the SEC all these years in the shadow of Alabama. And when they had Gus Malzahn, was a good example. They were one class away from being a very dangerous football team almost all the time. And it was always certainly a big game on the Georgia schedule. And it might become a big game this year. And it might be one of the more important games for Georgia in the SEC. So we'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching us. We're going to be doing all the SEC teams. If you have a team you'd like me to pay a particular attention to, drop a note in the comments. I'll see if I can put them on the top of the list.